My body was burnt. It was literally white. It's very painful. That was 10 times.
I'm Vivian Boaz, and this is the EHS Unplugged podcast, the show where we share tips on home and workplace safety, environmental sustainability, and health and wellness tips. Join us as we explore these topics with industry experts and learn to create a safer and healthier world.
Welcome back to another episode of the EHS Unplugged podcast. Now, the consequences of workplace harm are all too real. Sometimes it's a fatality. Sometimes it's an injury that is life-changing. Today, I'm joined by a very brave lady, a lady who's overcome workplace harm. And she's here to share her story so that we learn from it and ensure that maybe this does not happen to someone else out there. Thank you very much. I'm Priscilla Mwende, a student at the Catholic University of Eastern Africa. I'm so privileged to be in this platform. I'm very, very humbled. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here, Priscilla, today. The main aim of this episode is so that we learn from what happened to you. We are hoping that whoever gets to watch this episode learns something so that they can apply and hope that it never happens to someone else. So you've said you're a student. Yes. Are you a student right now? Okay, I used to school, but I had to defer due to some fee areas. I'd been a student for the year at Catholic University of Eastern Africa, pursuing Bachelor of Arts in International Relations and Diplomacy. So because of school fee arrears, you had to defer? Yes. And then is that when you decided, let me go look for a job so that you can, put together enough money to get you back into school? Yes. I've been the one paying my own school fees due to some background issues. I had to look for a job, and I got a job in a chemical shop where I was working till that moment where I got that emergency. So when you say a chemical shop, which sort of chemicals were you selling? There is hydrochloric acid, hydrogen peroxide, chemicals for making Apic, Downy, that the soap for liquid soap, the other soap that is bluish in color, the solid one, also used to make these perfumes. Yeah. So you had the chemicals and you're using the chemicals to make detergents, yes, the perfumes and everything else, right? Yeah, it was both retail and wholesale. Oh, really? Yes. Ah, okay. That was good. That was a good experience for you, actually. So you come in, you get the employment. Were you taken through any form of orientation, or for me, we call it an induction? Were you taken through the scope of the work, the type of chemicals you'd be handling, how to store, how to label, how to mix, things like that? The first time I was employed in that job, the first thing they did was orientation. I was taught this is chemical, it's called hydrochloric acid, this is called hydrogen peroxide, this is called caustic acid. So there are all sorts of chemicals. So we were taught this for this work, this for this work. Chemical for this which should be stored in this shelf. So there is no rule for mixing chemicals. So each chemical in its own role. But because you're still very new to the job, and also because you didn't this was not really your area of focus. Yeah. You said you studied international relations, right? Yeah. So was there someone who was supervising you from the time you walked in to the time you left in the evening? Yes. In the morning, the first day I was given a book, basically like a school. I took a book, I wrote notes, chemicals for making liquid soap, listing them. And then when you list them, you can see them in shelf, written each his name. For making jik, their names. So it was much easier for me not to, chemicals are things not to joke with. True. You can endanger yourself. So it was like, I had a notebook, every chemical, I had it written, and I knew this for making this for making this. So there were no chances of me making any risk. Yes. In that shop, so there was the supervisor, there was you. Was there anyone else you were working with? Yeah, there was a colleague. Yeah, we were two colleagues, supervisor and the owner. But the owner was not much coming because she was busy somewhere else. Yeah. So I just wanted us to understand that, because it's really important that when you onboard a new employee, it's important that they go through that process, they understand the scope of work, the risks they're going to be exposed to, and how to handle them. Yeah. You've mentioned some of the chemicals you're handling, they're not supposed to come into contact with the skin. Yeah. So were you provided with any protective gear, like gloves, a mask, anything, the overalls?
Basically, we had gloves, we had overall, we had mask. Yeah.
So those were provided for by the employer, and there was replacement in case moja iharibike, iraruke mahali.
Even us, we had the permission in case they are over to go to the shop and buy the other one, because it's must we work with them, because chemicals are very dangerous. Even some like the one for making liquid soap, some are from drums. So you have to take a jug, you put them in bottles, and it's a process. So when you insert your hand without gloves, it can enter your body and you can get burnt instantly.
So, but with all these measures that were put in place, from the induction to supervision, provision of personal protective equipment, still something happened.
Yes.
You got hurt at work.
Yes.
Take us through that. What really happened on that day? Please tell me from the time you walked in, how that day was.
It was on a Saturday morning. I came to work as usual. We started our work with my colleague, and we were used to, like, this chemical is usually in this row. So there is no tendency of it being another row. So that colleague was mixing. He needed to mix chemicals for making Apic. You know, Apic is made from hydrochloric acid, and it's very dangerous and risky. Even when you put it in a bottle, smoke. Yeah, it can choke you. You have to have mask, even too. Yeah. So when he took that bottle, he wanted to mix for a customer who had sent for order for far away from Nakuru. So by accident, I don't know what happened, hydrogen peroxide was put on that row of hydrochloric acid. Then he had to mix for it to be a 20-liter jerrycan. So in the hydrochloric acid, it was halfway. So he had to mix for it to be full.
Also, the jerrycan had already some hydrochloride acid.
Yeah.
So you picked another one from the shelf.
Yeah, to make it
still hydrochloric acid. Add to the jerrycan.
Yes.
20 liters.
Yeah. So,
you picked the wrong
it's
one.
a blue jerrycan. You know, those blue jerrycans are mostly for acids. So he wasn't aware that was not a hydrochloric acid, it was hydrogen peroxide. And back in the days when we were in high school, when you mix hydrochloric acid and hydrogen peroxide, it forms a very poisonous gas, which can explode like a bomb. And in most cases, those people who makes bomb, that's one of the key elements used. So when he mix, we never knew that it's going to explode, because in a blue jerrycan, we can't notice any reactions. What we had, it was bomb blast. And so unfortunate for me, because I was the one near the counter. It all exploded to me. Yes.
So when the explosion happened, what happened after? Is there anything, what happened to you?
First of all, I was rushed to hospital for first aid, because of, Kenyatta Hospital and the location, sometimes it can be so far, and they have to make sure that I've been given first aid. So I was taken to the nearest hospital. I was washed, because that chemical, in case I was not taken for first aid, I think my situation could be worse than how it was.
That whole time, from the time of the explosion, were you conscious?
No, I fainted. I was not aware. I just left that I've been exploded. My clothes were, I was literally like, acid, like it can make you had no clothes. Even I couldn't see any sample of my clothes. And even my eyes reacted immediately. Started like popping out, tears all over. It was the worst experience, but I couldn't know where I was. I was in an unconscious, I was not aware. Yeah. I was so unconscious.
So all this is based on what you were told happened after the explosion.
Yeah.
So now you are in this hospital. They offer first aid.
Yeah.
And then from there?
I was taken to Kenyatta Hospital. Yeah.
So what happened at Kenyatta?
Okay, literally what they did was, there was pipes. My body was burnt. It was literally white. Those two chemicals, when they mix, they become like whitish. So everywhere was white. So they had to wash me. They took some pipes, wash it inside my eyes. The worst. So painful. I was like, I'm crying, but doctor tells me, Monday, we want to assist you. Then I had to just cool down, because I need to get back to my normal senses. So I had to accept the situation and give them the chance. I could go to the bed, I'm washed. Within 10 minutes, I'm cold again, I'm washed. At that time, my eyes, I feel like I'm burnt. Fire inside my eyes. On my body, it's fire.
Oh, God. For the washing, you said they were washing your eyes, your body, just to get rid of the acid, of the chemicals, right?
Yeah.
So do they use water? Sorry, I'm asking because personally I don't.
That they use the water, but not basically water. There is that water for cleansing chemical-based situation. Yeah. So they are using special water for chemical burns.
So how long did that take? You said every 10 minutes?
Yeah, that day. Then the second day the same, but that day, twice per day, thrice per day, like that. Then my body started recovering, but my face was still yellow. So my body was now okay, but whitish. But the more they washed, the white was disappearing. But my face had turned yellow. My eyes were just popping. Tears all over.
So the acid, the chemicals actually went into your eyes.
Yeah.
Because you told me they were cleaning that out too. Were you able to see?
Not yet. I was still blind.
So you were fully blind?
Yeah.
For how many days?
It took like a week. This one started to see little. This one took time. Even before I was discharged, it was not yet good. I was still struggling to see these eyes. Because there is this I don't know what is called camera. I used to go to dark room where I used to go for checkup eyes. This eye was literally damaged. I had to be this BCL bandage contact lens in a theater. Yes, it was not easy. It took time for this one. It was much affected.
So now, is it now fully okay, 100%?
Yeah. Because at some point I could be told, close one eye, literal darkness, I can't see anything. Close the other one, I can't see. If, in fact, when you want to know that you have a problem with the eye, when you close the one, the other one will tell. So it works like that. So I was trying to close the one, I can't see. Even I could be told, can you see this camera? No, but just like somebody holding my hand, struggling, I can't see, like, it was not easy. It was the worst devastating moment in my life. Yes.
So most of the burns were on the front part of your body?
Yes.
Priscilla, tell me, what was the pain level like?
It was the worst thing I've ever experienced. Yeah. I used to cry. Cry when your parents are just seeing you, but they can't help. Sometimes my sister could come to hospital, just cry with me. My small brother could come, just crying. Even he refused to go to school. He said, I'll stay with my sister here and to see him daily. In fact, that time, I was just okay. It was on that Friday, I'd come from Kesha. So I was so happy. I've got a job then. Even people could come to hospital, they couldn't believe it's Mwende. Every day, pain. It was not easy. Just imagine when you get burnt. You feel like it's very painful. That was 10 times. Acid is very painful. Even when I take acid right now, I pour on your hand, you'll cry. That thing is very dangerous. It's very painful, like it's burning, but very, very, very painful. Yeah, and you can't control. You can't pour water, you can't do nothing. That's it. You see, when you are burnt with a fire, you can take some water and pour and feel like it's like recovering. No, not the case.
I know you said that you went into this job in this chemical shop because you needed money to go back to school.
Yes.
And just some months in, you get injured.
Yeah.
The money that you put together
it took back to
now
hospital.
Goes back to your medical bills.
Yeah.
What was that like, realizing that now you have to go back to scratch? Yani uanze penye ulikuwa umeanzia. In reality, you were saving up.
Yeah.
Ndio urudi shule upate degree yako.
Yes.
But now an accident imekurudisha nyuma. What was that like? Hauna pesa, familia, did they support, friends?
You know, I've gone through a very disappointing moment in my life. You know, you have to accept the situation back at home. You don't have to force parents to have money when they don't have. And situations comes and I can't judge them. And I accept the situation and I have to move on despite the challenges I'm seeing back at my home. And I know I'm the one to change the story. So I never gave up, although I've been so depressed. In fact, sometimes I can just stay at my house crying. I can't tell nobody. My sister is just more like me. She has just completed her school. She did teaching, but she has not yet got a job. So we are just age mates. We are just like in the same era. Like she's just younger like me. She has not yet started earning something to make her the breadwinner. So we are just struggling. Our parents don't have a lot for us. So I've gone through a lot. After that injury, I have no job. I can't work. I'm struggling in life. So I had to cry, depressed. I can't tell my mom my situation. Because sometimes I can call, Mom, I have nothing. Even them are struggling with life. So I have just to be okay, relax, and like I have to look for ways to survive. I've been applying jobs, some companies, but we are in a world where we need tall friends. And some of people, if they don't know you, you are very less privileged to get a job. Yeah, so I've gone through a lot. I'm still looking for a job. I'm still looking for money to go back to school because I know I have passion with my career. I need to help people. I don't want to see people going through what I've gone through. And even tomorrow I can be a boss. What I went through after that chemical burnt, I don't want somebody to go through that. I struggled on my own. The employer just said that she's just a casual worker. I can't pay a lot for her. I'm sorry. So in future, I'll be boss. And maybe if there is somebody listening to me right now, something can happen to you. How will you treat your employers? How will you treat your employees? They are just people. They need to live. They need life. Have that compassion.
There's something you've mentioned. Sorry. Okay. What was the nature of your employment? Were you on attachment? Because you've said your employer was referring to you as a casual laborer.
Yeah.
But what was the terms of engagement?
Okay. I was just a casual worker. I was just paid weekly. So there was no terms and no conditions. That's why she never bothered much about me. Yes. In fact, the day she had that I've got that accident, she never bothered a lot. But she came to hospital later. My colleague was a good one. He decided to close the shop to take me to hospital with other friends around. Yes.
Did your employer contribute towards your medical expenses at all?
Very little. Yeah. All what I had saved was taken back to hospital. But I said, as far as I'm okay, I will pay. Because there is nothing more worthy like life.
I know you've talked about for almost a week you were blind. You're not able to see.
Yes.
That must be very stressful, given that just a day before you were seeing, you were a young girl, happy, thriving.
Yeah, exactly.
But now suddenly you're not able to see.
Changed, yes.
I'm sorry to ask that, but how does that feel?
It was like hell for me. I was born good. I had no high issues, but unfortunately, I can't see. I have no control of that. I have no way I can do. I'm just struggling. It was a really hard time for me. Yeah.
As Africans, we don't talk openly or freely about depression. In fact, when you say I'm depressed, people start feeling uncomfortable because hawajui wadili na wewe aje. Because first of all, they don't know the kind of support that you need.
Yes.
So for you, when you have you ever shared with your sister? Because you mentioned you're very close with your sister. Have you ever shared this with your sister or with anyone else? And have you received any support?
Not really. I've never shared with anyone. Because when somebody has a lot, you don't have to add up another one. Because my sister is still struggling with life, I felt that there is no need to. I have to be strong, encourage myself, although inside myself I'm going through a lot. But I had to just tell myself, okay, Priscilla, I'm okay. I have to go on. It doesn't matter what I've gone through, I have to pursue the best. You know, I usually say that forward ever, backward never. So I never think about what I've gone through a lot yesterday. I'm focusing about tomorrow. What will I be in future? At least I have a story to tell people. I was just like this. I struggled with life. I could even struggle with rent arrears, but I'm here. I can even afford a mansion. So I think I'm a mentor in some way or another. I can mentor somebody. Yeah. Yes.
I'm really proud of you. It's your bravery that really is inspiring me right now. I've heard your story before, but now to have you here and telling it to our audience, it means a lot to us. I want to ask you another personal question. Clearly, you're very strong. You're able to deal with the challenges that come your way.
Okay.
I mean, to lose vision in both eyes and to have burns as a lady and go through that level of pain.
Okay.
First of all, it's traumatizing.
So traumatizing.
But let me ask you, when those moments come back again, you know, the problems you've had, the challenges you've gone through and overcome, what do you do to deal with the depression? I know you've said you just move forward, but is there anything you do? Because I know some people, they go back to the Lord and pray and tell God, you know, I place all this in your hands, you take charge. As an individual, as Priscilla, what do you do?
First of all, you can reach a point you can't control depression. And when it reaches such kind of point, you have to look for person, third party to talk to. You can look for somebody who you know can be answerable in case something happens. You talk to. Don't be alone. Look for company. Talk to somebody who is upright, smart. Don't look just at somebody who is like just a good company. Talk to, speak to. Then, first of all, before you go to company, talk to your God. Yes, he's a counselor, he's a advisor. Then you can go to that person whom you trust. Not everyone you can share your troubles to, because you can share to somebody. Tomorrow you can hear everywhere, and everyone knows your story. So just know you who to talk to. Don't trust anyone. Yeah, but don't die inside, because many people right now are dying of stress, depressions. Others are killing themselves. You can see just somebody posting, if depression wins, tell my mom I tried my best. People are reaching to that point. But in my case, I think I'm so strong. In fact, I did mentorship. I have a certificate. I can't allow that to win. I'm the one to win. Yes.
If you were to go back to that day when that explosion happened, is there anything you would do differently?
First of all, I could be having goggles. They are of much protection. Also gumboots, they play a part. Then those gloves and helmet on my head, they could be of much impact in case such kind of thing happened again. I could also advise those people working in those chemical shops. They should take such kind of precaution. Helmet, gloves, gumboots, goggles. For my case, if I had goggles, it could be worse. They play much part. There is those goggles for those chemicals. But most bosses, they don't want to do much expenses. They just need gloves. They are not surgical gloves. There is much better gloves for that.
Yeah, each has its. So that is what you would do differently.
Yeah.
So any young person, because there are so many of us who are in your situation. Either a majority of us come from very less privileged backgrounds.
Yes.
We all struggle to go through school.
Yes.
Some of us have been forced to drop out, just like you did, to go back and find a job.
Yes.
And put together enough money to resume our education, right?
Yes.
So such a person, if they were to end up in a chemical shop, is there any advice you would give them, just so that we protect them, so that they're aware this never happens to one of them again?
Oh, first of all, before they mix any chemical, even though they are the one who I used to be in that shop, let them reread, recheck, and reconfirm if the chemicals are labeled correctly. Because man are to error, and sometimes you might think you are the one who put it there, but because we are two, you never know, mistakenly took it there. So you have to be so cautious. Make sure you confirm before you mix, because man at error. Yes, and maybe take those other precautions. Yes, yeah.
Just maybe the last question.
Yes.
I know the burns were severe.
Yes.
Have you recovered fully? Has the doctor given you that tip,
Not yet. This left eye has still issues. Even if you check it, it's not like this one. Yeah, I still have some issues. When I walk in a sunny day, at night, I feel like something inside, some tears start coming. Even there is something whitish which comes through my eyes when I stay for long. So I have to keep looking for my handkerchief and start to remove it, because it's not hygienic, it's not girlish. Even for men, it's not gentle. Like you feel like you don't look smart, so you have to keep on looking on your eyes. You're just so uncomfortable. Even when you are in a group of people, you are so uncomfortable. Can it be like my eyes are starting misbehaving, so I have to look my handkerchief, start doing like that. Still, I'm in the pace of healing, but right now I can't complain. God has done it.
So what do the doctors say? Do they say that you will get to a point where you are 100% okay?
Yes, I'm still on my medication. The eye drops are necessary. They are one for tears. Sometimes I can feel my eyes are tears are just coming out. So I have to take that tears. Sometimes I feel like my eyes have some salt or something like a soil inside. So I have to take that drops. I put it on it. Even sometimes the doctor told me that the whitish things coming out are still chemicals. They never came out 100%. So sometimes when I sleep, at the morning, a lot. First I wake up, I wash my eyes, I put, because at night is when the reactions works.
And all this, the medication, you're the one who still pays for them?
Yeah.
So have you resumed work? Did you go back to the chemical shop once you recovered?
No. I felt like I don't need to risk anymore. It was just like red flag, alarm. Maybe God saw that it could be worse than that. So I don't have to go back. Let God give me deliberate through other ways, but not in a chemical shop. The experience for me was so devastating, so I can't. Even my parents said, no, let God bless you in another way. Yes.
So what are you doing right now for work?
I'm just looking for a job. I don't have a job. I'm still at junk shop looking for job, applying, sent letters, but I've not secured any so far. But I'm still waiting for response. Yes, exactly.
I've experienced you, and I know someone will come through very soon. You're gonna get something.
Okay, so happy.
Thank you so much. I'm wishing you all the best.
Thank you.
I don't know, just listening to you, the courage, the injuries never held you back. Even on that 1 week that you were fully blind, you kept going. And I feel like you're the one who was giving courage, the people who were around you, from your sister, your mom, to your dad.
Even, I've forgotten this one. So, when I was in that ward, the day that I was able to see, I cried, not because of my situation. People are going through a lot in hospitals. I wish you could see people with cancer, eye cancer. Eye cancer is very dangerous. It removes all the eyes. It penetrates down to the mouth. It eats all the teeth. So I was in the hospital, but I felt like, hey, my situation is not worse than this. Sometimes I can wake up and see, hey, my friend is not there. She has gone. People are going through that cancer. It's killing many people, eye cancer. It removes all your teeth, eyes. It's like a hole. You can't see. Yeah. It's much worse to them.
Whew. So as we come to the tail end of this episode, what would you share with our audience as a closing remark?
Okay, I could just say thank you for watching us. We are much proud. I'm not here to tell you about what happened. I'm just here to educate, to tell you about what happens. And in case something like that happens to you, you might be having some chemicals in your house for washing utensils, for washing your washrooms, even for washing your carpets, because there is chemical for those things. Take precautions. Use the necessary gadgets like helmets, gloves, gumboots, aprons, goggles, because it's very risky. I don't want you to experience what I experienced. And even if it's your house girls or your friends, educate them. It's free. And yeah, God bless you. Yes.
Such a brave lady, Priscilla. I really don't know what to say, but just a reminder that we are in the business of prevention. Our business is to ensure that the way someone came in the morning is the same way they go back home, 100% safe and healthy. Priscilla has shared her story, and I hope we pick lessons from it, apply it in our homes and in our workplaces. Share this widely so that it never happens to anyone else. Priscilla is very young. She has her future ahead of her. But because of that chemical explosion, because of that one day incident, she's lost so much. The money that she was saving up to get back into school, she's had to spend that money to cater for the medical bills. And as you've heard, she's still on medication. So I hope we learn from her story so that it never happens to you. It never happens to your friends, to your family. Thank you so much, and see you in the next episode. Bye.